ask you a question.
Why do you always give me like the question that you never tell me about in the beginning?
Because I want this to be our intro.
Okay.
I want this to be the intro. Give me your best Harley Quinn impression.
Nope.
Yes, you have to.
Absolutely not.
Come on.
I can't do it.
Just say Mr. J.
I can't, because I'm going to sound like that girl. You know how they ask that girl to be Jamaican? She's like, ran, ran.
She was like, blah, 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 blah.
I was like, baby, that's not
Just try.
Hey, Mr. J.
That was good. You just have to channel your Jersey.
Yeah. Well, you know, they said she was... Okay, so they say Jersey, but it's crazy how in Suicide Squad they used the Brooklyn accent.
Oh, I don't know what Brooklyn accents sound like.
But I thought it was Jersey too, but they said it was Brooklyn. So I was like, it doesn't sound like Brooklyn.
She always sounds like Jersey.
She always sounds like Jersey.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Do I have to do it?
Yeah.
Meh.
Ah!
Okay, I'll just say Mr. J. Oh, see, there you go, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Mr. J. It's like a weird Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Anyways.
Want to give a quick shout out to my friend Nikki, my friend / cousin, because we found out we was cousins.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, she's always fire. She just put a photo on our group chat of her outfit, and it's so good because she looks amazing. She's like a goddess to me. So,
oh, that's sweet.
Shout out to you.
Welcome.
Welcome to Solar Scouts, guys.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Yes, this is
Put
our
your
fourth
files
episode.
up. Put your files up. Put your files up. Put your
Hey.
Put your files
Hey.
up. Put your files up.
This is a special episode. Yeah, we're talking about Dr. Harley Quinzel.
Or those known as Harley Quinn.
Yes, we got the Harley Quinns in the back. We'll show the broken Harley. My best friend's son, my little nephew, came over and thought that she was a ball, and so he threw her with all the force that he could muster up.
And you know, little kids at that age usually got the strength of 2 grown men.
Yes. She can be fixed, but anyways, we have the Harleys in the back. We got the pop figure. We got some other figure that I got from somewhere. And this little fabrications. Yeah, so you know, we're repping Harley today.
We're all Harleyed up.
Yes. We even got the makeup.
Get into it.
Not a little too close. Just know that it's there.
It's there.
Yeah, you know. And we got the hair.
Yeah, I had to do a little cute little picture.
We got the hair.
I should have done like some red dye, but
I thought about like doing some of that.
I gotta go to work, child. Can't do all that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like washing it out of my hair.
Yes.
So we just wanted to spend this episode talking about Harley Quinn and just like her origin, like what we think about her from the very beginning and where she is now. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of this episode, we will spend maybe a few minutes talking about Suicide Squad, the most recent movie. But this will be spoiler free because I know a lot of people probably haven't had a chance. Yep, it's spoiler free. We can do a spoiler episode later.
Fine.
But just because this episode, we don't want it to be too long, and we want to give people a chance to watch the movie. It's on HBO Max for a few weeks. I don't think it's going to be on there long.
Really?
Yeah, I think they only keep it up there for a limited time.
Really?
And you can also like chance it and go to the theater. But if you are trying to stay safe and stay home, you can watch it on HBO.
And do stay safe.
Yes.
As a researcher, which is like my day job, this variant is extremely dangerous, and if you aren't taking precautions, if you aren't getting the vaccine, just take precautions with using your mask at all times, because it can even get to people who have vaccines. So
yes,
just be careful, guys. That's all we ask. Be
and
careful.
We are being safe ourselves. We are limiting our time out as well as together. You know, we're being smart.
And even if we go out, we make sure that we're going to small places. People are separated. We aren't going to these mass places, so we are making sure that we're safe, not only for us, but the people around us.
Yes, it's very important. It's not just about you. It's about other people, too.
Yes. That's a message. Church.
So without further ado, we're drinking tea, hot tea. This is the only tea that I had was for like cold season. So they're both kind of like ginger licorice teas.
It's really good. It's so
this
good.
one is specifically for respiratory immunity or something like that, and I think you have the cold season.
Burr.
But they are delicious. I'm not gonna share the brand because I don't support this brand anymore because they're kind of problematic. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
A friend recently told me. And the other brand, this is not about tea, but the other brand with the bear on the front, I'm not going to say their name either.
What?
I saw a TikTok that said that the creators of that were in a cult, and that cult believed that black people were the lowest. Like, they worship aliens, and they believed, like, that these aliens thought that white people were the best, like, of humans, and black people were on the bottom. So it, like, gradually it went down and black people were on the bottom, so they wanted to exterminate all black people. Yes, girl. It was a TikTok, so don't come for me if the facts were wrong. I mean, I still don't want to support it because it's just wrong. But I gotta drink up the tea that I do have.
You know, when you see stuff like American Horror Story and all these like sci-fi stuff that make up cults and stuff, it's still kind of baffling that this stuff is real.
Yes.
Like, so back to Harley Quinn.
So I mean, we are gonna be talking about some in this conversation we have to talk about some things that might be triggering for people who have been in abusive relationships. Yes. We are not psychiatrists, psychologists, or anything, so we're not going to look at it from that standpoint. I will recommend Arkham Sessions podcast. They talk about the Batman animated series, and just like the Batman universe, they're talking about other things now, but they talk about a lot of different things related to the Batman universe as far as mental health. And they have a very good episode about the episode Mad Love with the backstory of Harley Quinn. So if you want something that is from an expert, I would definitely listen to that podcast. But this is not what this is about, but we do have to point out that she was in an abusive relationship. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, so if that kind of conversation triggers you, you don't like the concept of a woman being created just to be abused, then this episode is probably not for you. And we hope that you check out some other episodes that we have.
Yes, we also did a Sailor Moon episode, and we will be doing a gaming episode.
Yes.
And we have other episodes for you to watch as well. So it doesn't stop here.
Exactly.
And we understand and we appreciate you.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about Sailor Moon.
I wanted to say Sailor Moon too.
Let's talk about Harley's origin story and how she started. Who she was before the Joker.
So, the character Harley Quinn was created by Paul Dini. He has written a lot of her, almost any iconic Harley Quinn has Paul Dini's name on it. But she was created on the Batman, the animated series, September 11th, 1992. So, I was 1. Were you born?
I was not born. I was
up
there in heaven, bossing the angels around or whatever, whatnot.
You were born in 92, though.
I was born in 93.
93?
I was born in January.
Oh, that's right. You were very early. I was thinking it was like
Year's
late
baby.
92.
but that didn't happen.
Okay. So yes, you were at least in your mother's stomach.
I was at least in her stomach, taking all the peanut butter sandwiches that she was eating.
Well, I was 1 and I wasn't studying any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But at this time, the character Harley Quinn was becoming somebody in the Batman universe. And she was becoming the Joker's abused girlfriend.
/ sidekick.
/sidekick. So, for a long time when I first learned about Harley Quinn, when I first started getting into comics and watching the Batman animated series when I was little, it did not occur to me that the way that the Joker was treating her, I would use the term abusive.
They hid it very well.
It made it like kind of cute.
They made it cute, so everyone kind of like adored their relationship.
Yes.
In the beginning, it's not till we got older, at least for me, that I was like, oh,
yeah,
this was not love at all. This was like the Joker's using her again and again and again, and she loves him. So she's doing anything that she can, basically, to please him. And plus, that with the mental state that she was in is going to be extreme.
Yes. So, I think most people know about Harley Quinn and most of her origin. She is a psychiatrist. She is Dr. Harley Quinzel. And after meeting a patient who manipulated her mind and brought out what was deep inside of her, she becomes Harley Quinn. And then, they also, on the animated series, they give her the friendship with Poison Ivy, which is iconic, and it's now more than a friendship in the comics now, but she has just been always close to Poison Ivy. But my main issue with the character of Harley Quinn is not who she is, but the purpose of her being created.
Yeah.
It took I won't say it took a long time, but it did take a while for them to give her like her own purpose. So they introduced her in season 1, and I believe it's episode 7. It's called Joker's Favor. And then they don't give a background until season 3, like episode 24. So all these episodes have gone by, and then you learn, which they probably hadn't thought about it at the time, and then realized that she was actually getting more popular. Yeah,
and then at that time, the era that we're in now was way different than it was. So people didn't really think of women getting that type of a role that they can break free from those situations. Like it was always a masculinity type of misogynistic in anything comic related. So I don't think that even if they did see her as popular, it's like, oh, we're just gonna give her a little cute part here.
Right.
But
and then on top of that, she was a villain. You're not supposed to have sympathy for villains. You know, like the Joker is evil, and if she wants to be with him, then she deserves it. Right.
So it's kind of like evil Batman and Robin versus good Batman.
Right.
Because she was literally just there in the background,
yeah.
Or
like I'll do this. I'll put this bomb here and there.
Distracting. Joker gets away. Harley tries to get away, or Harley gets caught for Joker while he gets away. But Harley's always the sidekick.
So even now, when we have any sort of portrayal of Harley, well, I would say less now, but in the past 10 years, in order to get to any sort of story about her, you have to talk about her relationship to the Joker, which is important because that's how she kind of came about.
Right.
So you have the first Suicide Squad movie in 2016. You have a very terrible Joker, and I don't mean just terrible as the character. I mean, sorry, baby, Jared Leto, that one for you.
I know Kat is the one that apologizes after she says stuff, but I'm not gonna say it. You do not need to be the Joker. And I'm just kidding.
He was not a good Joker.
He was not, baby.
And I don't think it was Jared Leto's fault. Let me say that.
It's not. It was not, because we didn't have James Gunn to do the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Therefore, the whole story was just botchy, and it was not.
Yeah, the story was just bad, and they were trying to
horrible.
Have this cool new age.
I forgot who was the person who did.
I I think his name is David Ayers.
Whatever.
Ayers.
David tried to do, because it's a non-factor at this point.
He did the Fast and the Furious movie.
He should have stayed in his lane.
Well, he did one of them.
He should have stayed in his Fast and Furious lane. He should not have.
I don't know which one he did. I've never seen him.
Okay.
Don't come for me.
He is not one of them. So he tried really hard to do what our friend
James Gunn
did effortlessly. I just wanted to be included.
I wasn't even prepared. I was like, who is our friend? Who do we like? Because we were talking about how well he did.
Yeah, he did what James Gunn did effortlessly, which was made it cool, made it intriguing. Action was there. He used like the outside to like draw in what was really going on.
Yes.
So like I loved how he used nature and everything to like spell words like now.
Yes.
Save Harley.
Oh, we're gonna come to that at the end. Hold on, you jumping too far
I'm
you
sorry.
Jumping too far ahead. I know because you were excited.
In.
You were excited.
But going back to first Suicide Squad.
So yeah, you have Harley. You know they revamped her outfit and that. Margot Robbie, born to be Harley Quinn.
It's crazy.
She is a great Harley Quinn. I honestly don't think I would have fan casted anybody because I never thought that I would see Harley Quinn on the big screen
at all. At all.
Yeah, and she was just like the perfect person.
I thought, and God rest her soul, Brittany Murphy.
Oh yeah, she probably would.
She would have been a good Harley Quinn in my opinion because she was so diverse. Kind of, she's was as diverse as Margot is.
Yeah, but I think she would have been better in like the Batman Returns era. Like she would have been really good around then. She fits
that with the Uma.
She would have been perfect. Really, but they weren't ready for that at the time.
Slick. That's one of my favorite movies ever. I know people think it's so cool.
I love it. When I was little, my mom took me to the movies to see it like 4 times. Because it wasn't out yet, so she kept taking me to see it. I love seeing
Poison Ivy come in.
It is so cheesy, but it is great.
Ape suit and like when she took the head off, it was just like a big bodice of feather kind of look. It was just like, ah! I love it.
Watch party.
I love it. We should.
That'd be great.
Can we get like? We do it on Twitch.
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't know. We'll figure out the logistics.
Anywho.
But yeah, so
Margot is
definitely
the Harley Quinn. I can't see anybody else doing it.
Yeah. Now, I personally did not like her outfit in the Suicide Squad.
The first one. Oh no.
I like that they switched up the red and black to red and blue. I didn't care for it after a while.
The second one.
No, I mean, like, I don't like that it was red and blue in the first one.
I feel like I personally feel that they changed it to red and blue because she wore something that the Joker wouldn't want her to wear. Yeah. And the red and black, to me, is like true Harley Quinn. Yeah. So
that's possibly,
until like sense. She figured out who she was. Because if you see the second one, you see her, she's wearing red and black now.
That outfit was so, like, Arkham Asylum, Arkham. It was like all just so good.
But then it kind of like was like a breakout moment for her. Like this is true Harley. Because then Birds of Prey, she's still wearing red and blue because she's still trying to figure out herself. But I feel like in the second one, you see her with the change tattoos and everything. She is Harley now.
So we got this Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad, and they have to have her, portrayed as this, like, this. She's obsessed with the Joker. She wants to be loved by the Joker. And then we see how he will abandon her. So in the Harley Quinn show, the animated show that she has now, it is really good. But they have an episode where she goes back to the Joker. Well, it starts with their relationship, and then she goes back to him. She goes to prison for him, and then she finally realizes eventually that he does not love her at all. She is just being manipulated and abused by him, and then finally she is free and wants to kill him.
She rewrites her own past or her own history in her mind, so she can move forward from him, which I think is brilliant.
Yes, and I feel like this is a pivotal moment for Harley. The only thing that makes Harley Quinn a villain was her association to the Joker. Yes. So now that she has been freed from the Joker, she is being more recently in the past 10 years. I think I read that it was the New 52 that rebranded her. Is that now she is an anti-hero, which is how I perceive her. Yes. I remember one day. Oh, go ahead.
Especially if you're looking at Injustice.
Yeah.
She's actually.
Injustice is such a good story.
Oh,
it's such a good story.
The drama.
Yeah. But this is random. No. But one of my friends, she has 5 children now. Yes. When she had 3.
Shout out to you.
Yes. Shout out to y'all. I'm not gonna use y'all government names, but you know who you are. Well, maybe because I have a few friends with 5 children. But this one has an older daughter, and one time her daughter was like talking to me about Catwoman and Harley Quinn, and she was like, I don't know if I like them because they're bad. And I said, oh no, they're anti-heroes. Yeah. And I like explained that to her. I think at the time she was like 7, and my friend called me and was like, I just love you so much. And I was like, what? She said, my daughter came to me and was showing me, like, she started drawing Catwoman, and she was like, oh, I didn't know you liked Catwoman. And she was like, yeah, did you know that she's not a villain? She's an anti-hero. And I was like, yes.
Let me tell y'all what y'all tell me.
So, you know, if you want me to teach your kids about the difference between a villain and an anti-hero, I'm here for that.
And it's basically, the whole setup for comics was good versus evil. So when this whole era of anti-heroes came out, a lot of people didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. It's like these people are just doing what they want to do. Yeah. If I want something like Catwoman's not evil, but Catwoman about to get that diamond bracelet if it's going to help with her rent.
Exactly. I can do a whole another episode about Catwoman. That's my own.
And we will.
Yes, I do love me.
And we will. And Deadpool. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, we can do Deadpool too. You know, Deadpool and Harley Quinn.
We should do an anti-hero episode.
Oh, we should. I love it. Okay.
But going back to the rebrand of Harley.
Yes. So I think like the beginning. As far as like my own what I've read, but also like where it all started to shift, Gotham City Sirens, which is also written by Paul Dini. Like I said, he's done a lot of Harley Quinn, and in that, you know, it's like her, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy. It's really her and Poison Ivy living together. Batman is missing. I think this is right after Hush. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I cannot remember, and I wasn't even thinking I was going to have to explain this. But Batman is gone, and Catwoman is grieving. She knows who Batman is and all this stuff. They don't know that she knows that he's Bruce Wayne. I don't know why I was saying it like I didn't want to give away Batman's identity. Like, I don't want to say Bruce Wayne.
I don't know if you know this or not, y'all, but Batman is Bruce Wayne.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody I told you.
Right.
Put it in the grapevine.
But even in that, it's like this really dope moment where Harley is so angry at the Joker and she's on her way to kill him, and Poison Ivy is trying to talk her out of going, and she finally arrives. And the Joker welcomes her, and it's just like, welcome home. And she just drops everything. And it's just like, you know, she falls back into the trap. But then after that, which, you know, it has more to do with them individually and then their relationship together, like Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. At the end of that series, I feel like that's when they started shifting all of their stories, really, and giving them a new look. But we're only focusing on Harley. So now, you know, in the same manner where we talk about the Harley Quinn show, the new Suicide Squad movies, these and Birds of Prey, it's like, this is Harley free from the Joker. Right. The Joker is no longer influencing who she is.
I do want to say right quick, for the show, I liked how they gave an animated version of Harley's real background.
Yes.
And because a lot of people, when you read the comics, it's just like, okay, you don't see how in depth it was, and on the show you see, okay, her father was really this, and she's basically doing the same thing that her mother's doing.
Yeah.
So she's like a product of like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Basically doing the same thing or looking for the same thing. So even if it's subconsciously that she's seen all her life growing up, with her like doing all kind of like heists or doing all these things like to help her father. I think that the Joker has taken that place that she had for her father, because she was doing everything for his love, and he basically broke her heart. So Joker's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Times 10 because he's crazy.
Yeah. She's easily manipulated, and so now she needs somebody like Poison Ivy who has no interest in manipulating her, and just kind of goes along with her. You know, whatever she wants to do, she allows her to make those decisions, and she will try and influence them to help her and to keep her out of harm's way. But for the most part, she lets her make her own decisions. And so this is the Harley that a lot of women love now, and a reason why like people let their children dress up as her is because she is free. She is no longer a victim.
Yeah.
There's even a moment like that, without going into detail, in the new Suicide Squad movie where she doesn't need somebody to save her. She can save herself.
She thought about it for a moment.
Yeah.
And she was like, this looks too familiar.
Yeah.
She handles that.
She can handle herself.
She can handle herself.
And it makes it fun, too. Like, she's just kind of wild. She jumps everywhere.
There's even, I feel like that moment when she, you know, I feel like that's like an encore moment. It's like you made the right decision.
Right, yeah.
But never mind.
We're gonna kind of.
I'm trying to keep it spoiler free.
I know it's hard.
It's so hard because I want.
Because it's only been out for like a week.
Really?
A week and a half.
Oh, okay.
It came out early August.
Oh, really? Yeah, it is August.
So I just like
the months are just. I can't even tell what it is anymore.
I know it'll be 2022 soon. Everybody get ready. Better love that 29 as much as you can. 30 is great, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm already getting the 30 hips.
Yeah, you're gonna get the 30 pains.
Oh yeah, I already had that. I had that at 20.
30. Oh no.
Thanks, Lucas.
No. Okay.
I can laugh now.
I'm not finna do no whole, no, this is different. You got that one.
Yep, got it in the bag.
Anyways, for all y'all who haven't reached 30 yet, let me just tell you when your body starts hurting when you're 27 and you're like, oh, my knees. Oh, kiss those knees goodbye.
Really about 25, 26.
Yeah.
When you feel like a slight pain. 30 is just gone. That's why I'm kind of scared about 6'4", because I know he's always working, so I know when he hits like 31, 32.
How old is he?
My age.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just didn't know if he was like...
I mean, I'm older than him.
I knew you were older. I didn't know how much.
Out the cradle. A few months.
Yeah,
January, he's June.
Yeah, my husband was born in 91. Oh my gosh. He just turned 30 and I'm about to be 31. Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Just kidding.
Not embarrassed. Sorry.
The show.
I want to talk about her outfit change.
Oh, you want to talk about the progression?
More the progression of her outfit.
Yes.
So in the comics, in the series, you know, she has the classic jumpsuit, which is black and red. I'm kind of with you, like you said earlier. Like, I did not like the red and blue, but I feel like for that Suicide Squad, it's solely because Joker wanted her to wear that. Joker wanted her to look the part, because if you look at Joker, he had his little stanky chest out, and
he had that gold gun and
like
the
grill.
Oh my goodness!
Huh? The Joker is older than everybody in here. He is not wearing no grill.
Why did
well, okay, the rumor is that wasn't the real Joker. That was
I heard that, but that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all to me because he died.
Yeah, and then
he died
in Justice League at the end of the re-release of Justice League, he's in there, but I don't understand what that timeline is.
But he becomes that's different. Never.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing with him at the end of the Justice League. It's like a post-apocalyptic.
I think they're trying to like connect the dots. Like everybody else was like, why do we have a Joker that's like this? I do not include that Joker in talking about the Joker because I personally just don't feel like that was anything that accomplishes who he is.
Yeah.
And like what he does, it was out of place to me.
Yeah.
For me. But anyway, that Joker wanted everyone to look a certain way because if you looked at his goons and everything, everybody had like the same fashion sense that he had.
Yeah.
So she had to match that. So maybe that was the real reason why she was wearing what she was wearing. Just like, I
mean, it's got to be because that aesthetic fit what he was, his terrible aesthetic.
Right.
So.
And once again, she's doing everything she can to get love from him when he just doesn't care.
Right.
So.
The first outfit was iconic, though.
Iconic. I've been trying to find a jumpsuit that can just, you know.
Yeah, she just was snatched all up in that.
Snatched.
Not like a line out of place.
Yeah.
And she doing all that hopping?
Yeah. And I kind of liked the way that they treated the costume in the animated series, the new animated series for Harley Quinn, because she realized that even though it was iconic, we all know it's iconic, it represented the dark past that she had with the Joker.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a choice, which you'll see like the outfits that she wears now is her choice, but she still has the same colors. Yeah. So that tells me that she still knows she's not leaving what happened in the past behind because it made her stronger.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, I'm wearing these colors, but this doesn't define me. Like, I'll wear it how I want to because I'm Harley. You know?
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's my little spiel on that.
Oh, also the video game ones. Like the buckles and all this stuff. And even...
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing, that's Arkham Asylum.
It is Arkham Asylum. Well, you said video games. You can tell me which one.
Well, earlier I got confused. I confused myself, and I said one of the Arkhams. That's what I said. But then I just looked at it and I was like, no, it's Arkham Asylum. That was for me. Sorry.
Yeah. But her Injustice look was really good.
I don't remember what she looked like in Injustice.
Kind of had the same.
Was it like still buckles?
Black. She had a black and red. I think she had another one that she could do. I think was pink and green to represent her dogs. Her hyenas.
Yeah. I like this Bombshell Harley.
Yes. Yeah.
I like when they did the Bombshell DC.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. There was a movie that came out that was kind of similar to that. Sucker Punch.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I have a love-hate relationship with Sucker Punch. I just don't know why she had to do that dance.
Because she was a stripper.
No.
The whole thing was...
I'm saying, why was her dance so bad? She literally was just doing this.
That's how she started her dance.
I needed her to do something else. She could have done some arm movement.
That's what strippers do. Some people, not all strippers, but some dancers, that's how she get ready before she do her little dance number.
It was
off in La La
annoying.
Land.
Then they, Vanessa Hudgens' character was, I think, like, they messed up and she could have been cooler. And then when I watched the director's cut, it was this scene where she was like, I haven't seen it in years, but it was this really dope scene with her. And I'm like, why did y'all cut that from the theatrical?
Because they stupid.
Yeah.
That's why more of these, like, sci-fi and comics type movies need to have black women on the board. Black women like us, because I'm going to tell you right.
You just need to have us, honestly. We can tell you.
Basically.
You want to hire us, consultants.
You want to do what?
Right. Yeah.
That ain't going that ain't going to happen. But anyway.
So before we get to our spoiler-free review of Suicide Squad 2021, I want to briefly talk about, like, Harley's influence on pop culture and like her popularity from 1992 to 2021.
Oh yeah.
I read an article from 2016 that said during that time, she was, and I'm sure it's even bigger now. Now that she has 3 movies under her belt and an animated series. But she was number 3 as far as like the most popular DC characters, and she was right under Superman and Batman, which made her the most popular female character in the DC universe.
And you would think it would be Catwoman. You would think it would be Poison Ivy.
I think it would have been Wonder Woman to be top 3 of the whole DC.
But when you think Superman, you think Wonder Woman.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
I grouped them together, so I never thought until like later that separate Wonder Woman.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I already separated Harley from the Joker because of how iconic that suit was, and then just seeing what she did in the background or what she did to help the Joker to get Batman or whatever. It's just like you would not see just a regular person do that.
Yeah.
This is Harley.
I think what really made her as popular as she is now is getting a female character, a woman who has been oppressed in some form or fashion in a relationship, and making her more powerful than that man. And you love to see it.
Oh, definitely.
So now I feel like, you know, we were talking about this a couple episodes back, that Toga from My Hero Academia is very clear that she is inspired by Harley Quinn. You know, that, like, it's no secret that Harley is crazy. You know, like, and I guess in the best sense of the word, but that she has something that makes her wild and I mean, she kills folks. So we're not gonna make it sound. I'm not trying to skirt around. She uniquely kills. I'm not gonna skirt around that. Like, she still does things that are gruesome, and boy, was Suicide Squad gruesome.
Especially the second one.
Yeah, that's specifically the second
James
one.
did what had to be done.
That
was
gruesome.
so good. I had to reverse. That reverse.
She is so ready to talk about it, y'all. I'm gonna have to close out on my Harley spiel. Anyways, Harley has just been an iconic character. It's wonderful to see how she has progressed over the past almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years next year. I wonder what DC is going to do for her 30 year.
They got to do something big.
That's big.
I would love for them to come out with a anti-hero type Harley game.
Oh, a game would be really fun. By the same people that did Injustice.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just, like... Or at least the story.
I wouldn't want a not the Injustice type or the Mortal Kombat.
No,
type.
It don't have to be fighting. I just mean
I want
like,
it to be fighting, but I want it to be kind of like.
I don't want it to be fighting. I guess like the same people that did Arkham.
Yeah, that way. In that sense.
I completely forgot Arkham existed when I said that.
Yeah.
I guess I was thinking about because she has been portrayed before.
That way, that'd be cool.
I don't want a fighting game because I prefer story based.
I want to see her light them up.
She will
light up.
I don't want no DLC. I want her to have a game.
Yeah, no DLC. Have a whole game for her.
Oh my goodness, a Gotham City Sirens game. And then you can play as all 3.
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be great.
That's what I was going to lead into.
Yeah. And then Batman is gone. Nightwing is available. But I guess he was pretending to be Batman. I don't remember. I need to read it.
Yeah, he was pretending to be Batman for a minute. Yeah. And then he was like, no, I can't do this no more and be Nightwing.
So anyways, yes.
I think that'd be really great. A different arc for... Just like a good, continuous, progressive arc in her animated series, of course.
Yeah. The animated series is really good. If you haven't watched it, you should totally check it out. It's on HBO Max. Excuse me.
But I think they should also do a comic, like a rewritten comic based on what happened in the animated story.
Oh, I'm sure they are working on it if they haven't done it already.
So, I
haven't like been reading anything new Harley because I don't like the art style.
I don't either. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's
I like the way she looks in the show. I don't like the way she looks in the comics right now. Anyways, this has been a Harley Quinn appreciation discussion.
Yes, and let's now get into Suicide Squad.
Itching. Just ready. Okay, so, this begins our spoiler-free review. It's gonna be fun.
But you know when beep beep did the beep and the beep beep, that was fun.
What we can talk about in this spoiler-free review is the characters a little bit. We won't go into a lot of details, but I will say, Idris Elba, I am a married woman, and you're a married man. But I can. It is very wrong and cruel for me to just sit here and not say that you are wonderful in this movie. Like, it should not. It should not. I should not be attracted to somebody that can wield a weapon that well. I shouldn't. Because it's dangerous.
It's between him and Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa. Just a beautiful, beautiful man. But anyways, that's not what this is about. I don't know much about Bloodsport. I have heard of the character.
Super old character.
Yeah.
Kind of reminiscent towards Slade. So it was kind of cool to see them like go through, and he was one of the Suicide Squads way back when before. So the one they did in 2016 was like kind of the more popular one.
Yeah.
But they had a whole bunch of different Suicide Squads before then, you know. So he was in one of the older Suicide Squads, and he's basically another version of like a Slade and like a Marvel's Deadpool kind of tease where he does not miss.
Yeah. He's got like a perfect shot.
It was so cool to see that because like a lot of people don't know about him. I'm 95% sure that he's a black character in the comics. So the first Bloodsport, Dubois was black. There was a second Bloodsport that was a white supremacist. I don't know how y'all did that.
Oh my gosh.
We're not even going to talk about the second one. We're talking about the original. I'm glad y'all kept the OG. Like, y'all want that nice DC. I don't think y'all wanted to do that. I'm glad that y'all did that. I'm glad what y'all did, what y'all had to do. So yes, he was a enemy towards Superman. And yeah, it was really cool to see them bring an old character. They brought a few old characters out the hat that people don't realize because a lot of people are like generalized type fans where they only see like the ones that are have been more common in the past like decade or so.
Yeah, that's what I really like about the Suicide Squad movies. That's also what I used to love about Arrow and The Flash, is because it was a show that had to like keep bringing out these people that's like, I've never seen them before, or I hadn't seen them in a while, or whatever. So one thing I read that James Gunn wanted to do with the characters is he stylized them after a movie genre. And so like each character, he wanted the way that they were, the way that they acted to be. I can't remember what he said Bloodsport. I think it was like some 1960s like action film.
Okay.
He had a similar idea for Peacemaker. So he was very strategic.
Definitely.
Yeah, he was very strategic in how he wanted them to be portrayed, and like the way that they all come together as a team. It's so interesting. Like even Idris Elba and John Cena.
Clicked.
I would have never thought something
I
like
would
that.
have never thought to see John Cena act so well.
Yeah.
The way that he played this character, I was like,
I'm sure he's been in something. Maybe he was in a Fast and Furious movie. I don't remember because I've never seen him. He's been in some.
I'm gonna ignore that, but
I'm proud of it.
It's okay.
But I definitely didn't think he was gonna be as
this
good.
good.
Yeah, he was like really good. And now the movie does focus on like Harley Quinn, but it doesn't focus on her a lot. I feel like it mainly focuses on Bloodsport, Peacemaker.
I think it was even, but she was in a separate situation at the time, and that's why there was focus on her. But when they came together again,
yeah.
they focused on everybody. And they still focused on everybody because there were scenes that showed
it went back and forth.
It
went back and
every
forth.
character.
But I appreciated that it wasn't like a third Harley Quinn movie. Like, it needed to be where she was now in somebody else. Like, her story was intertwining with other people's stories.
Girl, my shorts got. Ooh.
Oh.
We're good now.
Okay. But yeah, her story, it, like, you know, we've had Suicide Squad, the first one, that was really heavy on her relationship with the Joker. Then you had Birds of Prey. But this was like, okay, parts of Harley's story and, you know,
everyone else's story, because
I was trying to skirt around, you know, this is my avoiding spoilers, like going around, and then her.
That's not really a spoiler.
It is.
They talked about everybody.
Hold on, no, I'm saying what I was doing was skirting around. Yeah. That was me like humming around the spoiler. Yes.
I see.
Because when her story, what her premise of this movie connects with the other stories or other characters, I feel like
it was blended very well.
Yeah, it blends very well.
Even though they were like all separated. Yeah, it blended very well. Unlike the first Suicide Squad.
Which is just like, I barely remember what happened because it was like,
I don't even know what happened.
It was a movie that they just put different stuff in together.
The biggest part that I remember is how Will Smith's character was waiting. Can we say the characters for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Homeboy was waiting. That's not his character.
You know Will Smith played Homeboy.
Will Smith played Homeboy. So when Deadshot was trying to get her to not jump off the building.
Oh, yeah.
To be with the Joker, and she did.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. And the Joker's like...
You remember more than I do.
That's all I remember.
I just remember him holding that gun and being like... Oh, I can't stand it. Anyways.
With the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Heath is rolling his grave.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. That was the best Joker in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of the
best.
top two.
He
and number two. In my opinion. Nope, he is number two. Number one.
Are you gonna say Mark Hamill?
No.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Jack.
Yeah.
Mr. Jack.
Yeah, he's great. Okay, if you're talking about live action, if you're talking about vocal.
Oh, I'm not talking about vocal. I'm talking about live action.
I always include Mark Hamill in that.
Well, you know, he is in his own category.
I know.
Like, he is the Joker. Like, nobody else does Joker besides Mr. Mark. Okay? Yeah. But live action is Jack.
Yeah.
Then
Heath. And unpopular opinion.
Then, you know, you have, like, the classic Caesar.
I do love the portrayal of the Joker in the most recent movie about him, because I am glad that he is portrayed as complete evil, and I have no sympathy for him.
Talking about the new animated.
No, I'm talking about the movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Is that how you say his name?
Oh, yeah. He's third. Ooh.
Yeah. He was so disturbing.
Oh, can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
The fact that the whole thing was made up.
Oh, yeah. That he... Yeah.
Oh! That's how evil he is. He made you think that he was going through all this trauma and everything and bring you in. And he could have slit all of our throats at that moment. That's how evil the Joker is. Because at the end, what he do? Kill that lady.
Yeah. See, that's why, like, I mean, I don't care for the young portrayal of Batman and that, and how he was super old. I feel like they're the same age. But I think, like, just how he was throughout the movie and his mind going until it just snapped. It was really good. I know a lot of people hate it because they were like, they're tired of seeing crazy white men, but Joker been a crazy white man, y'all.
I think what was going on is that whole time he was talking to that therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And when you saw the moments where he was making it up, that's the therapist like, well, you said this and this isn't right, so everything was like getting debunked. Yeah. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill you now. Yeah. Aaron tried to leave. That's basically what I thought. Like, this whole time he's talking to the therapist, trying to make the therapist feel sorry for him, kind of like how he did with Harley. and this therapist wasn't having it, so he was like, well,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
It was a lot of flaws with that movie, but him as a Joker was not one of them.
Yeah, he was really good. Third place.
So yeah.
Bronze.
Yeah. So what were we going with this? We
Back
talking
to
about
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Back to Suicide Squad. Dose.
Yes.
2.
Oh, I wanted to say something about Will Smith because you mentioned Deadshot. That what we learned, because at first we were both talking about like how we thought Idris Elba was going to be Deadshot, but they plan on allowing Will Smith to reprise his role, which is exciting because I would love for another. I like the idea.
Love for them to meet. I want to see a rivalry between Deadshot and Bloodsport because I think it'll be cool to see two people who have basically the same skill set go at it, because I think that's like, you know how you like to see like certain things, like sometimes I like to see like super manly stuff and stuff like that's like super manly to me. I'm like,
yes, there is a scene like that I was telling you about that I was just like, woo. But anyways, what do you rate Suicide Squad?
8 out of 10.
I would give it the same. Yeah. I think it was really well done. All the characters were really good.
Definitely helped bring DC back up.
Yeah.
Just like Zack Snyder did with Justice League.
What I hope to see for the next one is that they continue these standalone stories. That they don't have to be like this. It was described as a standalone sequel. I never really heard that terminology because it kind of sounds redundant.
It basically said we better than the original.
Right,
Do not add us with them because we not one of them. I've been listening to Big Yato for a long time via...
Who?
There's a rapper named Big Yato.
Oh, I don't know.
And he said, don't... Never mind. He basically said I'm not one of them. So don't make me... Basically like, don't add me to this group because I'm not in it. Shout out to 6 Bucks.
I think that's a really good way of putting it, because the sequel said you don't need to watch the first one to know what's going on this one.
Yeah.
You can watch the first one because
if you
it
want
happens.
to.
Yeah.
If
like
you
it
want
didn't start, it didn't reset the timeline or anything. It says like you can go back and watch the first one, but it is not required to enjoy this one and to know what's going on.
Right, because you really don't need anything from the first one. It doesn't prolong. Like, this is its own movie. Yeah. So I get that. Yeah. It's set apart. Like, this not a continuation. This is its own thing. Yeah.
So yeah, that's our spoiler-free review.
Everybody knows King Shark is in there, so I love King Shark.
Yes, I do like that they went with the like regular shark versus the hammerhead shark, because that would have been buck wild. Yeah, that was like the original concept. Yeah, that would have been weird. Ugh, because like how did you
like they already got Weasel.
Oh my god, Weasel. Anyways, good luck watching that movie because it's really crazy and you don't know what's gonna happen. So don't sit there and try and guess.
Don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you know how you look at a movie, you're like, you fast forward to see what's going on, but then you're like, okay, this happens, and you rewind and look through it, and you miss a little part of it. It's like, dang! Yeah. That was me. That was me. Like, I'm about to say, I'm like that sometimes. Like, I watched A Quiet Place 2 with my friend, and I was like, ooh, girl! Fast forward. Ooh! She's just so sweet.
Anything else you want to add about the movie?
About just the way that she was like
about Suicide Squad.
I think it is a great movie. I think James Gunn did an amazing job to rewrite the mistakes of the first Suicide Squad. I think there is a long way to go, but I'm glad that they revamped it. Now, I love the characters that they brought. I can't wait to see Bronze Tiger. Yeah. He is one of the epic characters in the Suicide Squad franchise, so I can't wait to see them add him to it. So, yeah. Well, is there anything that you wanted to add before we close?
I don't know. I think it was a great movie. I really enjoyed the experience that I had watching it, even like the super violent parts.
Oh yeah.
I love like how I wasn't prepared for anything. I love Idris Elba. I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I think it was a great experience. So yeah, I hope y'all tell us what you like about it, what you thought about it. If you didn't like it, you are probably one of those people that just hate stuff and keep that to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
The fact that somebody says they don't like it, it was fun. It was fun. And it is a lot better than a lot of stuff that DC has been putting out. But anyways. So yeah. I guess this is the end of this episode. This is just like us talking about Harley and Suicide Squad. So I hope you enjoy it. We'll probably do another episode like this in the future where we talk about a character.
Anti-heroes.
Yeah, we're going to do an episode about anti-heroes. So if you have any questions or you want us to talk about one of your favorites, you can email us at SolarScoutsPod. It'll be in the description box. At gmail.com. Sorry, I interrupted that.
You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Solar Scouts Pod.
That's right. So if you want to, I feel like if you want to ask us questions, it's probably better to email us so we can organize it better. But if you want to tweet at us or go look at some of our stuff on Instagram, we're starting to post short clips of our YouTube stuff on there. But yeah,
cool reels and everything.
Yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time.
I can't do the piece because it's like.
It's okay. Until next time.
Bye
bye. Oh.
Because it's the 4th episode.
That's right.
And we from Birmingham. All right. Bye.
Bye.